Hey guys, are you dealing with the seasonal blues? These cold winter New Jersey months can be heavy on anyone's mental health, and that's why our friends over at That One Painter are hosting a mental health paint and sip, the perfect space to pause, unwind, and reflect on your own mind. Happening on February 15th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Pino's Palette in East Brunswick. This event is your perfect opportunity to unwind, connect, and let your creativity flow. Led by special guest Crystal Dunker, a licensed therapist from Point and Pivot, you'll explore how creative expression can support mental wellness. Mocktails, uplifting conversations, and a relaxing environment will all be available to you while you create your very own Valentine's Day masterpiece. Whether you're looking to heal, de-stress, or just have a great time, this event is for you. Be sure to sign up today with the link in our show notes.
New Jersey. Need building materials and reliable delivery? Since 1927, Reuther Building Materials have been the trusted source for contractors and homeowners across New Jersey. From pavers to concrete, we've got everything you need to get the job done right. Delivered straight to your site. Whatever your next project, start strong with Reuther. I gotta say, guys, we visited Reuther a few months ago. We checked out the cinder blocks being made. We checked all the pavers and the outdoor equipment. It was an amazing time. They walked us through everything we needed. Man, I gotta get a house. If you're a homeowner, hit up Reuther. They're incredible. Located in Succassana in North Bergen. Pay them a visit or check them out online. Link in the bio.
Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to the Garden State.
You're listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
And I'm Josh Chomik.
Back to square one. Welcome back, everybody. Just Josh and I this week, holding down the fort, holding down the helm.
I think the cold scared everyone out. Like, why are we the only ones showing up?
Yeah, they don't want to show up to work.
Jimmy said he might show up, but it's not a guarantee.
We'll see if he comes.
And Jordan's in Philly, of course.
Walking into our studio tonight, it is freezing in New Jersey. This feels like the coldest winter I can remember in a while. Do you feel that way, or is there any stats, weatherman Josh Chomik, that's saying this is a cold? I know we have the Arctic blast happening.
Yeah, I feel like the past few winters have just been generally warm, like in the 40s more than this. So this is like a wake-up call, but it's supposed to be this way because it's winter.
Yeah.
I was walking outside tonight, and luckily it's not windy. If it's not windy, do you agree with me, Josh? It's not bad.
No, I grilled dinner tonight. It was 6 o'clock. It was dark out.
And there was no breeze on your face.
No, it wasn't bad. Maybe 2 weeks ago, I made burgers on the grill, and it was windy, and it was bad.
See, the wind ruins everything. That's why everyone hates the cold. But like, if it's cold like this, it's winter time. If you don't like it, move to Florida. That's what I tell everyone. People will like to whine and complain about the cold, but this is winter. What do you expect? I can't handle it, Josh.
Yeah, it is very cold, I will say. I don't mind the cold if we get a nice snowstorm here and there. Otherwise, I just don't see the allure of it. It does nothing for me. February
This would be a terrible week if there was no snow on the ground. But since we got snow over the weekend, I think it's gorgeous.
Yeah, speaking of the snow, you put out a weather report going into the weekend.
It was pretty perfect. Spot on.
Did you feel in post it was accurate?
No. For the most part, like every area got like around the amount that I forecasted, but they all trended on the lower end. Like, so for the 6 through 8 inch region, they got 6 inches. For the 2 to 4 inch range, they got 2 inches. So it kind of underperformed for everyone. There's some like dry spots in the radar. But we got 4 inches here in Union County, so I'm not complaining. I knew it wasn't going to be a bad storm. But like there was a winter storm warning. We were under a state of emergency. In the 90s, bro, this would just be a winter weather advisory at most. I feel like everyone's gotten so soft.
So if you live along the I-95 corridor, maybe you've seen, it's kind of interesting. It feels like we're always on the snow line.
Always.
It's like a rain-snow line.
Curse.
Yeah, it's like it always shifts, and it could be hit or miss. And I think that's why it's really hard to predict weather along that kind of corridor.
I know. That's why I always like the meteorologists get a lot of crap for predicting Jersey, because so much can change in like such a short amount of time with a weather system like that. So like we can end up getting 12 inches or we could end up getting 2 inches in a certain storm.
Yeah.
That's how crazy it is here living in Jersey along the I-95 corridor. And it stinks. It really does stink because we always want a big blizzard, but we just haven't had one since like, it feels like 2016, since like a giant storm. And we're due.
Yeah, I was taking the train the other day and they were like, major train delays. They kept saying over the speaker, major train delays due to yesterday's weather. And I'm thinking, It snowed yesterday. A train is on a rail. There's no snow on the tracks.
There's like 3 inches on the ground.
What is slowing the train down?
Exactly.
What do you think does it? Does something freeze over?
There must have been some ice on maybe the wires, maybe. I don't know. Like that could cause a disruption in service. I have no idea.
It's in the electric?
Could be, I don't know.
Then why doesn't that happen to the electric going to your house?
But look, New Jersey Transit, there's always issues every single week. They're going to use the snow as an excuse.
Yeah, but I had a revelation recently about New Jersey Transit. I had an awakening moment. I'm done complaining about New Jersey Transit.
You love it now.
Well, I appreciate it, and I think complaining's easy. And I'm going to take a break. I'm going to take a 2-week break from complaining about New Jersey Transit.
Speaking of which, this episode is sponsored by New Jersey Transit.
New Jersey, imagine. No, I think.
What are you just like? You're just gonna, instead of complaining, you're just gonna take it all in.
Well,
there's nothing you could do.
Pointing out what's wrong is always easy. It's always easy to be a critic.
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah, I mean, movie critics. Who cares about a movie critic? Go make a movie that's better than the movie you're hating on.
I never listen to movie critics. You have to watch the movie for yourself.
If you go on Rotten Tomatoes and you're going by the critic reviews, no, you got to read the audience because that's the real people that are telling you what they think. It's always, if you see a movie that the critics give it 20%, but the audience give it 90%, that's a great movie. You just know it's going to be good.
Be the change you want to see in New Jersey Transit.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm going to start
advocating for New Jersey Transit.
I'm going to jump in the conductor booth next time a train's not moving.
Or you should just go to the open house meetings and speak up, even though I don't think that does anything because people do it all the time. Like Frank the Tank, he goes to the meetings, he screams, he yells, but nothing actually happens.
What was he mad about when he was screaming at them?
That's when they raised the fare again for like the millionth time.
We put the Batman music behind that clip.
Yeah, and he's like, you guys are raising the fares constantly, but the trains keep on breaking down.
Yeah.
And now, didn't they recently raise it again? It's insane.
It's crazy.
Especially now because of congestion pricing. They want more people to take the train, but now you're paying more and the trains still don't work. Yeah. But hey, we're not complaining here.
You got options. You got NJ Transit. You got our friends over at Boxcar taking luxury buses. You have...
How was your experience with Boxcar, by the way?
It was awesome.
Was it like a game changer compared to New Jersey Transit, you'd say?
Yeah. I mean, if you're a bus goer... See, for me, where I live, the train is almost more convenient than a bus. So, but I really wanted to... Because of just the way my commute works, I wanted to try the bus. So I took Boxcar. It was, if you guys don't know, our buddy Joe owns Boxcar, friend of the podcast. It is an amazing service, I will say.
What would you say is the top 2 biggest changes in your riding experience using Boxcar compared to NJ Transit? Top 2.
So for people that don't know, so Boxcar is they use brand new charter buses. And it's just a luxury version of NJ Transit buses, basically. But the bus
look nice from the outside whenever I see them drive by.
Yeah, but they don't go to Port Authority. They go across 42nd Street and up, I think, Madison Ave. So if you work on Park Avenue, it's the best commute ever.
Nice.
So the main difference was buses are brand new and clean. There's a barrier to entry to get on the bus because it's a bit more expensive than NJ Transit. So the profile of the person on the bus is a professional. They're not going to be loud. They're not going to be on their phone. They're just people that are going to work their probably nice job on Park Avenue.
Okay.
So I felt like the group of people on the bus was just hyper professional people.
But you don't get that with New Jersey. Every time I took the bus for 3 years, and I feel like every time I got into a bus, everyone was just quiet, on their phones or reading.
That's true. No, you're right.
It was always the train that was loud for me. Bus was always professional.
It depends on the bus you take. If you take the express bus,
I was always 113X.
Yeah, if you take the X, you're going to be on people that live in your town and are professionals. Mm-hmm. But if you go local, you start to meet some interesting people.
True. Okay.
So I think that's the difference. I will also say the bus I was on, there's Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi is huge.
Which I don't know why New Jersey Transit hasn't figured that out.
I mean, I feel like Wi-Fi is more crucial on a train because going through tunnels and stuff. Yeah. With the bus, I just use my cell service, but still, it is nice using a laptop and being able to log into the internet.
And the other thing is you reserve a seat. So you don't have to, with NJ Transit, you'd have to wait in line in the cold and hope the bus had enough seats.
Yeah.
With Boxcar, you just reserve your seat
online.
On a bus.
Is it a plane where you just to choose where
they have an app? You don't select your specific seat, but you just select the seat on the bus, and then you just walk on.
Nice.
So shout out to Boxcar. Check them out. Good experience.
Boxcar, if you want to sponsor us, then, we're open.
Give us a call, Joe. Good people over there. So,
but you're not taking it every day, though.
I haven't been commuting as much to the city. It's a mixed bag because my train is so quick. Mm-hmm. But and I didn't want to take the train initially when I moved to this area. I really wanted to just do bus because bus is what I knew.
Yeah.
And on the
you put me onto the New Jersey Transit buses when I used to work in the city.
Well, we grew up on the Raritan Valley line, which is it's such a bad commuter line. You have to transfer in Newark. My train is a straight shot.
So it's easy.
I get on the train. I'm in Manhattan. I either walk or take a subway to my office. It's a pretty nice commute, not going to lie. I can do it an hour door to door.
It's great.
Which is wild.
That's amazing.
In the evening, which is the other challenge of buses is you still have to leave on the main road. How do we get into this New Jersey Transit? I just don't want to be a hater anymore. I want them to get better, but I'll hate in like 2 weeks.
But the only way for them to get better is if you put your foot into the race.
No, I feel like the only way be the man in the arena.
Yeah, you gotta speak up. You gotta help out. You gotta put.
So do you think New Jersey Transit's bad because there's a lack of criticism? Like they don't know they stink?
No, they know they stink for sure. They need more. I don't know what they need. If I had the answers, I would be bringing them up and trying to fix New Jersey, but I don't.
That's why the people that come up with solutions in this world get paid the big bucks because it's easy to point out what's wrong. Anyone can tell you. Anybody can look at you and go, "Hey, there's a crack in the foundation of your house." How many people are going to roll up and go, "Hey, I can jack that thing up and patch it and make it all better for you"? That's a hard job to do.
Yeah, but we have so many smart and rich people around us. Why haven't one of them fixed New Jersey Transit then?
I don't know.
It's mind-blowing, right?
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. You'd think that they'd figure it out by now, but
I'm just happy I don't commute anymore. I used to be a daily commuter to the city, and I left that life. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. It's not for the weak-minded like yourself. You got to be pretty strong to pull it off.
Yeah, it's definitely not for me. Not for me at all.
I'm just kidding. I love you. All right. Do you want to?
Seriously.
Do you want to? Well, we did a little weekend recap. We got snow, and we
got to shoot some pics of the new merch that we're rocking right now.
Yeah, new merch.
Me and Josh took a little walk around town. It was beautiful.
It was beautiful in the snow.
See, I'm not going to complain over a 4-inch storm. It's beautiful. 4 inches is perfect where it covers everything. It kind of slows everything down, but it doesn't put a huge stop on everything. It's just perfect. Now everything's covered.
Yeah. But what about like a major blizzard? Will we be getting a massive...
I think it's going to warm up soon.
Bomb cyclone?
I doubt it.
Okay.
New Orleans just got 12 inches, bro. It was the most snow they've ever gotten. Their previous record was in 1870s. It was 9 inches. And they just broke that with 11 inches of snow.
I wonder if they used a horse-drawn plow.
They don't have plows. Everything was just has to melt.
No, I'm saying
back then.
In 1870, I guess they wouldn't have had plows then either.
The horses could just walk through the snow, right?
I guess, but you just waited for it to melt, I guess?
Yeah, well, that's what they're doing now, I think so. All the highways were shut down because they didn't have plows. But all that to say, New Orleans has more snow than we do currently this winter season, so that's all you need to know.
You know
about how winter's going in Jersey?
You know who handled that storm really well was Florida.
Dude, the Panhandle, Pensacola got 8 inches.
Florida was ready to go,
but they had plows.
They had plows and salt. You would think that Florida wouldn't be ready for a storm like that, and they crushed it.
Yeah, you think they had plows come in from Georgia or more up north? They don't have plows on standby, do they? They never.
I have no idea.
That was the most snow Pensacola has gotten ever in one day.
Wow.
And then looking at the videos of the plow drivers in Florida, you could tell they don't have no idea what they're doing.
That's so fun.
Yeah. Did you see the videos?
No, I don't want to see them.
Yeah, it's not good. Don't look at them.
All right. Hey, why don't we open up the mailbag, take a look, see what's inside.
Peek the mailbag.
Take a gander. We got a few calls this week. So, Josh, if people want to call in the mailbag, we should keep using that soundbite from that guy.
Do you want me to use that one again?
908 67 99 99 3.
Oh, that guy's voice, the voice of an angel.
Angelic.
All right, let's see what Jack from Warren County has to say to us today.
Hi, Josh and Josh. It's Jack. I'm on my way to work, and I was listening to your latest podcast, and I'm a little peeved. Teenagers do drive around. I don't know. If you're stricken to be in Hunterdon or Warren County, and you got to walk miles to go anywhere, you're driving. You're driving to your friend's house. You're driving to go get food. You're driving around to do everything. Everyone at our high school, I recently graduated, wanted their driver's license and got their driver's license, unless there's something going on financially. And we don't just play video games. I feel like you guys are turning into old men.
Whoa.
You gotta realize our generation is strong. And we like driving. I just wanted to state that it was teasing me on my way to work. Thank you. Have a good day.
Jack was peeved.
Josh, you throw some music behind that?
Oh yeah, dude, you know
Band
it.
of Brothers. Jack.
Everyone's got their license.
My favorite line in that message. You got to realize our generation's strong.
We're strong. You guys are turning into some old men. Josh, we're old men now. That's
okay. So
we're done.
A few things. Well, I don't know if he's Gen Z or Gen Alpha. Gen Z's pretty. I do actually think Gen Z gets a bad rap.
Oh, you say he just graduated, so you say he's like 20 years old. What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
but I think I got some respect for Gen Z. Gen Z gets a lot of hate. They're a great generation of people. I'm technically a young millennial, but I think I identify more with the Gen Zers.
What am I?
Millennial.
I'm millennial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Jack for a second here. So Jack is coming out of saying we're becoming old men, which I'll admit, I feel like an old man a lot. I feel like I'm becoming an old man.
I just want to say, like, I drive by the high school often. I see the parking lot packed.
Yeah.
But like you said, you were like hearing around that like a lot of younger people are not driving. So like what,
I knew tons of.
So like what do you have to bring to the table to tell Jack, hey Jack, we're right?
So Jack, I actually began to do some research because I was curious because I did say in my defense, I said this is totally anecdotal, but I feel like young people don't drive anymore. And then Jordan chimed in and was like, they want to play on Discord all day. That's my Jordan impression.
Ooh.
So this article is from The Hill, and it gives data over a pretty broad, time period. And I'd imagine these stats have continued because it ends at 2021. I'd imagine if we went to 2025, we'll have to wait on the data. But I'm going to assume my assertion is somewhat accurate. So it says the share of teenagers with driver's licenses in the 16 to 19 age group declined from 64% in 1995 to just under 40% in 2021, according to the Federal Highway Administration. So down 24% in the last 25 years, right? Only 40% of
it was 64% when? In
1995.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like in 2010 when I got my license, everyone was driving.
Yeah, but you have to take into account this is taking cities. There's lots of urban areas where kids don't need a car. If you live in Manhattan and you're a teenager, you're not.
Well, that's why I think Jack said Warren County.
Yeah, so
I feel like everyone's driving in Warren County.
I'm going to get to that because I think that's definitely part of it. I think you're right. But it says the downward trend in driving extends beyond the teen years, spanning Gen Z, born between 1997 and 2012, and reaching into the millennial generation. So even our generation are getting driver's licenses at a lower rate. So we'll have to wait to see in the coming years if this is truthful for New Jersey. But I'm saying anecdotally, I've seen it. If you live in Warren County, you live in Hunterdon County, I'd imagine you need a driver's license.
Mm-hmm. There's more space out there compared to like a Union County where we have way more public transit options and everything is on top of each other. So it's easier to walk around.
What county is South Plainfield in?
South Plainfield, that's Union, right?
No, I don't think so.
Do a quick little Google search on that one. The Plainfields always mess me up county-wise.
Because Plainfield, it's Middlesex.
Got it.
So I think Middlesex County, Union County, Bergen County, I'd love to hear if this holds up, what my friend Jack is saying.
Yeah.
But I'm happy to be proven to be an old man. I mean, I'll wear that as a badge of honor. There's wisdom in that.
But do you agree with Jack that, they are a strong generation and that they are driving a lot now that he's told that to you?
Here's the deal with Gen Z. They're at opposite ends of the spectrum. The strong ones are really strong. Like millennials care a lot about what people think of them.
So you got the strong ones and then the weak ones, there's no in between.
Yeah. So like the strong ones are like, these people are going to like change the entire world. Like they're dangerous, the Gen Zers, because they're not
great.
care.
We love them.
They're not concerned about what you think of them. They're all, but then on the other side, you have they've coined the term cringe. They're afraid to look stupid. The other side of it. They're so concerned with what people think of them. They're also into all the super weird stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like that's Gen Z summed up though. Like they're either on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Maybe Jack is on the he's a strong one.
We need Jack, man, to step up and lead this next generation.
Jersey Jack, thanks for calling in, brother.
Jack, thank you for the call, man. That was an amazing call.
Let's check out another call now. Let's keep it moving here.
Hey guys, my name is Emily. I actually live in Port St. Lucie, Florida, but I'm originally from Clifton, New Jersey. I've been listening to you guys for probably about a year, maybe a year and a half now, around there. And I just want to say thank you guys for the podcast. I am a commuter in college, and I commute over an hour each way every single day. So it's very nice to have your guys' podcast to listen to and just get me through the ride. I wanted to call particularly this week because you guys were talking about the cell phone bans. And I actually wanted to comment. I actually did not think about your perspective about the flip phones. I was like, that's a really unique compromise that I didn't think of. I actually kind of had I guess a counter offer to that. There are these phones that are coming out that some people are calling like dumb smartphones. I have seen some parents like buying it for their kids that are a little bit young for social media but are old enough to have a phone, I guess, where they need it for whatever reason, where they don't allow you to have social media on it, but you can use it for like everything else. And I think that's a really good compromise because so many schools these days need, like the kids need Canvas and other things on their phone that you can't have on a flip phone. So I think that might be a unique thing. And I actually think that these like dumb smartphone companies should tap into that untapped market. I think it could be a really good thing for them. And I think if they do it now, that's going to be a definitely huge advantage. Also, sorry if you can hear music in the background. I'm in my school's parking garage, and there are these people that play I think that's the trombone, like every single day. It's kind of nice, but not one on the phone. Okay, thank you guys so much. And again, love the podcast. Bye.
Thank you for the call, Emily. Yo, I'm Googling the dumb smartphones right now. There's so many different brands.
Yeah.
Were you aware of this?
I've heard of similar things. I think that is the solution. I think that's
It's called the Bark phone.
Well, Bark is like a child protection software company.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that is part of the solution. Is I think we're just going to get better technology. We guard kids from the addiction, because I think that's part of it. Is kids are just super addicted to their phones. And
Dude, they look like actual smartphones.
dumb smartphones.
The Trumi Wise Phone 2, Gab Phone 4, Boost Mobile 4G, Prepaid Summit Flip. There's so many different options out there on the market. I think I would get a flip phone over a dumb smartphone. Why not? Bring it back. I could bring my Razr out of my desk and just put the battery in it.
Because you want a high-res camera and you want to be able to send those beautiful photos places.
Most people just want, I guess most people want phones for the camera for the most part. I love my camera on my phone.
And you want Google Maps, high-res.
Oh, I forgot about the maps.
You want Spotify. You can't do all that on. That's the point of a dumb smartphone. Is you can get the things, the utility apps.
So the only thing not allowed on a dumb smartphone is social media.
I don't know. I have no idea.
I think that's what she said.
But I think that's the big barrier to this flip phone craze. Is people are like, I've seen people talk about this stuff. Like, if I could just get a phone with Spotify, Google Maps, and a great camera, I'd be happy.
Yeah,
and I think that's a good take. So,
I mean, those are like the daily essentials that we use. Yeah, and then you add social media on it. But it's very interesting. I think like kids should be using something like that, especially if they want to have something to contact their parents. So they're completely not phoneless. I think that's a great idea. So thank you, Emily, for the call.
Thanks, Emily. All right. Well, let's pivot now into some New Jersey news. There's a lot happening. I said it last week and the week before. It's amping up. It's amping up,
every week.
My brother.
It just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
This is one that I was hearing some people talk about the other day. On January 30th, the Hoboken Path Station is shutting down for 25 days.
This is a huge deal for the public commuters, the public transit commuters. The path is shutting down for 25 days in Hoboken. Not everywhere else. We just want to make it clear it's just Hoboken. Yeah. But still, that affects a ton of people. Yeah, it's going to affect a lot of people that go to Manhattan every day for work. The path station in Hoboken, New Jersey, a vital link for many New York City commuters, will be closed for repairs for almost a month starting next week. Which, by the way, why do this in the middle of winter when it's annoying to be outside? Right? I was thinking about that when I was reading it earlier. Why? But maybe because the path is crazier when it's warmer out. Maybe this is the best time because it's the quietest. Most people are not commuting as much. Let's talk through the article, then I'll give another perspective because there's a lot of ways it could go. So it says the Port Authority of New Jersey and New York said that the station will be shut down from the night of January 30th to the morning of February 25th as part of a $430 million overhaul of the path system over the next 2 years. The full closure, the first in the modern path's history, will allow officials to condense work that would normally take a year into a 3-week period, the agency said. So wow. They've been working like elves in this tunnel. I want to see it happen. Hopefully.
They're going to be going crazy.
I hope they actually fix it.
To accommodate riders, the Port Authority will run frequent shuttle buses to path stations in Jersey City, increase bus service to Manhattan, and provide additional light rail service on the Hudson-Bergen line. Tickets will also be cross-honored from both Hoboken ferry terminals. The temporary shutdown is part of the agency's plan to modernize and restore its century-old infrastructure, which is prone to service delays and cancellations. Repairs will be made to the 4,500 linear feet of track in the two tunnels leading into the station. So what are your thoughts on this, Josh Trumbick?
My thought is, if I lived in Hoboken, which I don't, I'd be pretty stoked to, maybe take the ferry for a month into the city. A little boat ride over the Hudson in the freezing cold temperatures.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying is if it was summertime,
it would be way nicer.
A ferry across the Hudson in a warm July morning with a cup of
Gorgeous.
coffee. That sounds...
Instead of being underground in a stinky tunnel.
Yeah, and if you've never taken the ferry
gorgeous.
Across in the morning, it's beautiful.
And I don't know if you have to do a certain connection or something if you're taking the ferry. I'm guessing it's right over the water. It's like Battery Park, right? The Hoboken ferry.
It goes downtown. The one I've taken goes downtown.
Yeah.
So maybe there's one to Midtown, but I don't think so.
I mean, it sounds miserable in the wintertime, but like that would probably be what I do right now.
Well, you're inside. You're inside a boat.
You could be outside if you wanted to, but yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, like sitting on the deck.
Dude, it sounds awesome.
Sounds great.
So there's options here. And they said they're cross-honoring, which means if you have a path pass, does that mean you just go on the ferry for free?
Yeah, so it means exactly. So you're going to be able to take any of those options they listed with any of the tickets.
Cool.
So interesting news out of Hoboken.
So the people aren't stuck. There's options.
I want to know what these trains are going to be like when they're done. Are they going to be high-speed path trains that shoot across?
No. Because think about it. It's just the Hoboken station that they're shutting down. Jersey City's not getting touched right now, and they're still going to connect. It's not like it's going to be a completely different rail line. They're probably just like replacing the old rails because it's due. You don't want a train to derail or something, right?
I think the 3-week plan to do a year's worth of labor, if that's an option.
Yeah, how did they get that approved?
Why don't we just always do that?
Yeah, for every single project.
If we could just do a year worth of work on the road in 3 weeks and shut down the road for 3 weeks.
Imagine that. In what world?
To me, sounds like a plan.
I mean, do you think the Portal Bridge is coming along pretty quickly? I do. It's kind of crazy. Every time I go on a train, like every month or so, like the Portal Bridge looks like it's getting bigger and bigger and almost done.
Yeah,
you see it more than I do.
The Portal Bridge is coming along.
Yeah,
definitely. I haven't kept that close of attention on it to really say, but I think you're right. I think it is getting better.
Yeah.
But as far as this plan, I just think it's hilarious that they're like, we could do a year worth of work in 3 weeks.
I mean, I guess they can't shut it down for an entire year, so this is their only option. So they made a way to do it, and I don't know how hard it is to change out rail line, but if it got approved, there's got to be a way to do it. Just hopefully there's no delays, because I know a lot of people who do commute using the path in Hoboken, and it is kind of a pain now trying to find an alternate route. Like I would be furious.
Definitely.
But can you just jump on the New Jersey Transit train from there and connect? Where would you connect? Because that's not directly to Manhattan, correct?
New Jersey Transit train
from Hoboken.
You'd have to go back. You'd have to go west.
Secaucus, right?
You'd have to go to Secaucus, then it'd be like an hour commute.
So
probably.
just
not an hour,
way more time.
Maybe like 40 minutes to get to Manhattan.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
I'd imagine it's not an easy.
Sign me up for the boat.
Yeah, put me on a boat or give me a kayak.
You would probably. I don't know if you're allowed to do that though. Have you seen people kayak across the water?
Can you imagine your buddy at work just brings in a paddle?
It would
how did you get here? He's
yeah.
like, I just kayaked from Hoboken.
Yeah, I'm paying $600 a month to park my kayak on the Hudson waterfront.
Chain it to a light post like everyone is with their bike.
Imagine seeing a kayak just chained to a light post.
It'd be awesome.
You just come to work a little soaked, from in freezing cold.
No, you know what the solution is? We need those jetpacks that the military has. Everyone should just be jetpacking to work.
It'd be a lot of crashes, wouldn't there? I could see someone jetpacking too high up and then just hitting a helicopter and just dying.
Okay, let me ask you this. Those jetpacks that you've seen, like the Navy uses them, the guys fly around.
Yeah.
Jetpacks are very real. And with drones now, there's no reason we can't have a personal flying drone.
Imagine seeing like humans just flying over the water.
Well, I was going to ask, if you live 20 miles from Manhattan, let's say,
yeah,
and you could get on a drone and you could fly in at like 70 miles an hour over the sky. You knew you're going to be in Manhattan.
Like a single-seater drone that, like,
Yeah.
my own personal drone that flies me over the
in
water.
20 minutes, you're at your office from your house.
I don't think it would be allowed. There's too much air traffic over the Hudson, though.
But what if they could only go like 200 feet high? So
Or,
you
yeah,
see, you
or
see
like
people
the-
zipping around.
Do you think there would be too much air traffic of people doing it? Like, do you think there'll be too many people doing it? Because imagine crashing into someone else mid-Hudson and you go
hold
into the
on.
water and drown.
Hold
That
on.
sounds terrible.
We're ideating. What if they made traffic lanes? So like your drone knew there's a line that
So the drone automatically keeps you in that lane.
It geolocates to that line and just keeps you going straight on that line.
I think I would give it a shot.
I think that'd be awesome.
I think it'd be terrifying, but I think I'd give
And
it a
you
shot.
just land in like Hudson Yards.
How do they control everyone coming into Hudson Yards? It's like traffic lights of some sort. That
Well,
like,
we do it with. I mean, it's like with cars. If you, how's it any different?
oh, bro,
you have
because
more
there's
space,
tons of humans flying drones.
more people in cars. Come on, bro.
Why don't you bring this up into the next?
Do you think at
Press
this point people
conference.
are checking out of our podcast?
Yes.
I just want to say, at what point are we going to get jetpacks? And we already have them. It exists, but when are we going to get proprietary? Like, hey, spend 50. You can get an electric bike that goes 70 miles
You
an hour
will
now.
not see people flying jetpacks in your lifetime. I'll tell you that right now.
I think you will.
No.
DJI drones can already do it. Well, if we have the technology, you don't think because DJI?
There's going to be
okay, hold on.
so many laws to regulate that, bro. No shot. How are they going to do that? Look, think about the air traffic, the people crashing into one another, the fatalities. You fall the sky 50 feet, you're done.
Okay, first off, we already have like 40,000 people dying in car accidents a year. Any argument you can make about drones,
Quadruple that.
Any argument you can make about drones could be made about cars already.
I could just see one person the first day flying up and getting smashed by a helicopter. All hell breaks loose. I'm serious. Like, come on, it's that
No,
easy.
I don't think so.
It's that easy for me to fly my drone up illegally and do that if I wanted to. It's terrifying.
Let me see if I could get anything online here. Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, look,
I am right.
this company sells them for $10,000. You can get a jetpack.
So yeah, how are you gonna make those jetpacks like $1,000? So like the normal person could just buy
Well,
one.
that's where capitalism comes in. You know, Biggie Smalls, I always think about this. He said 50-inch screen, money green leather sofa. Remember?
yeah.
And he was bragging.
Now everyone's got one of those.
We talked about this before. I always think about this. Now everybody's got a 50-inch screen.
Yeah, and it's not good enough.
I think about that a lot, and that's kind of the game. Is the jetpack's $10,000 now, but maybe it's going to go down. This is way off of the point of our topic, so let's just keep moving here.
So when does the Hoboken things end? Like when's it start? Like
January 30th, 25 days.
if you're in Hoboken, make a plan. Make a plan now so that you're not scrambling day of.
Yes, sir. All right. Good to hear. Okay, let's move on to something more political and more dicey.
Yes.
Trump and Murphy.
Woo! Best friends.
or enemies? Let's find out. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy has reached out to President Trump to see if anything can be done about congestion pricing.
He wrote him a cute little letter for staying in office.
Or a little love letter, and they're trying to work it.
Welcome back, bud.
Here's what I want to know, okay? Why could Murphy not have just sorted this out himself? Why do we have to go to Trump? Like, why are we waiting until a new president's in office?
Because Biden blocked it from him. Like he kind of bashes Biden in this letter,
Yeah, but okay.
which is hilarious.
That's one part of it, the equation. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's just he needed federal aid and all this. But
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, it just feels like you're the governor of New Jersey. There's got to be a lot of power in that role.
Daddy Trump. He's
Oh
going to
my
run to
gosh.
daddy.
On Donald Trump's first day in office, New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy asked the president and his administration to re-examine New York's highly debated congestion pricing plan. By the way, this is the first congestion pricing plan in the nation, according to this article, which I can't think of another one.
No, there's not.
So Murphy said Tuesday he has not yet heard from Trump on his letter, which requested
Left him on red.
that New York's congestion pricing scheme receive a close look it deserved, but did not receive from the federal government last year. In the letter, Murphy noted that the state plans to amend its pending lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Federal Highway Administration over congestion pricing. Murphy told reporters Tuesday that the Biden administration did an incomplete study. The Biden administration, which is why we sued in the first place, did not do what is called an environmental impact study, which takes longer but is more comprehensive, Murphy said during a Q&A at an unrelated press event. So the environmental impact study would actually look at how does this impact New Jersey? It's just because the point of congestion pricing is Manhattan streets, right?
Yeah.
So they're going to take legal action. So we're asking the Trump administration to do what the Biden administration did not do. He continued the congestion pricing plan, which launched on January 5th. Newly charges passengers $9 to access Manhattan below 60th Street. We know the story. So what do you think is going to happen here, Josh?
I don't know. Like, once Trump gets this letter, and if Trump wants to do something, can he just put a plan in action? I don't know what the next step would look like. Does it say anything else?
So Kathy Hochul's clapping back at Murphy. It says, in response to Murphy's letter to Trump, New York Governor Kathy Hochul told reporters on Tuesday that if the congestion pricing plan is ultimately killed, that's $15 billion of lost investment that we will need to have, not from the state, but from the federal government. So she's saying to Trump, hey, Trump, if you're not going to if you're going to cut the congestion pricing, we're going to need your money from the federal government.
This is
Which seems like a bad argument because I guess the federal government could always just say, no.
So we're a few weeks into this congestion pricing. What is it looking like out there, Josh? Like, are people happy about this right now?
It depends on who you ask.
I heard there's less cars in Manhattan. That's what the numbers are saying.
Yeah, so there's an article from ABC7 that says congestion pricing's first week data shows that 7.5% fewer vehicles were in the zone and faster travel. So less cars are going to Manhattan. I keep seeing photos of empty streets in Midtown Manhattan.
What does Jersey look like going in? Do you think your commute's gotten quicker because there's less traffic? Because I've heard people saying that too.
Well, I took the train. I took the bus one day, and it was all right. I took the train, and obviously the train's not impacted. I guess you'd see more people on the train, but I'm not seeing a crazy uptake in passengers.
I was on Route 78 in Jersey City yesterday around 9 a.m. So a little past rush hour, but I got to say it was pretty empty for a weekday, and it's usually mayhem. So I know I wasn't in during the 7 a.m. rush, so maybe that's what I missed, but it did seem like there were some fewer cars on the street.
It's possible. I mean, it would make sense. Just raise the prices. Less people are going to move. I mean, less people are going to drive.
But 7.6%, that's a huge difference.
It says numbers show from last Sunday to Friday between 475,000 to 561,000 cars drove into the congestion zone. So a number which the MTA estimates this time of the year would normally be closer to 583,000. So it's 475 to 561, but normally be 583.
Wow.
It's a 7.5% decrease. I guess if you go from the actual number to the lowest of the range they give. Interesting.
I didn't think we'd see like a number drop off that crazy, to be honest with you. Like, are that many more people just like not driving into the city now?
I thought it would happen. I thought it was going to drop.
It's kind of nice if the roads are getting emptier, though.
I guess it depends on your perspective. I mean, yeah, just charge people enough money and the roads will be totally empty.
Yeah.
Make it $150 and you'll never have a car in Manhattan again.
You're right.
I guess if that's the goal.
Well, that's why I think a lot of people in Jersey are happy with congestion pricing compared to like being upset about it.
Why?
Because the roads are emptier. Because if you don't drive into the city, then you're chilling. It's really the people driving to the city that get screwed. Say you work in Jersey or like Jersey City and your highways are emptier now because the congestion pricing, wouldn't you be happier?
I get what you're saying. I guess I didn't.
So it goes both ways.
That.
That's why I'm like. That's why I'm just like I'm bringing up both sides of this.
Yeah, no. I think if you lived near the tunnel, I think for sure you'd see less traffic. And do you think people that live in like Jersey City though care about how busy the highway is? I feel like it's just
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's the people from the rest of the state that are driving into that area. So I don't know.
Well, it's interesting. We'll have to see what happens if
let's see if Trump actually gets back to Murph.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he first off, does he open the letter? Because I heard he sprayed some cologne on the letter to see if he could,
But you got to think, first day in office. Like, think about how many governors are sending him letters from all throughout the country, right? Like, he's got to get like a ton.
There have to be a lot, and here's what to me, honestly, Phil Murphy sounds like a little bit.
President Trump, if you see this, please save us.
That is Phil Murphy right now writing letters to Trump.
What is that video?
You ever saw that? That's like a very popular meme.
No.
See, that's why you're a millennial. I'm Gen Z. How do you
Yeah.
not know that sound?
I don't watch stuff.
That was like a video from like 4 years ago. Some lady,
No, I haven't seen that.
and then people put it around stuff unrelated to politics and Trump, just like stupid in life inconveniences. Do you think Phil Murphy felt a little bit of that when he was writing that letter?
Like I said, Trump. I think Trump will get back to him like next week. I think the first week of office is pretty like you're not responding to governor's letters, right? Like there's so many bigger things to take care of. So like maybe next week he'll get back to the Murph.
All right.
But also I don't know the relationship. I don't know.
Maybe they're buddies. Maybe behind the scenes.
Everyone, all these politicians are buddies at the
They're
end
all
of the day.
friends, right?
You see that video of Obama and Trump just at the funeral, just like laughing with each other. Dude, they're all on the same team. It's all rigged.
All right, let's move on here. Article 3, New Jersey residents are paying more money at the supermarket this week with the price of eggs skyrocketing 36%.
This is a problem.
Are you noticing a trend with these stories?
I got to buy chickens at this point, dude. The egg prices are through the roof.
Yeah, so nationally, egg prices are up 36% since last year.
Terrible.
According to new Consumer Price Index data. The average cost of a dozen eggs is $4.15, but some areas are cracking nice under the price pressure more than others. So in the New York metro area, eggs are on average $6.71 a dozen.
It's a problem. That is way too much.
That's 50 cents an egg.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money for an egg.
I don't want to live in a world with a 50-cent egg.
Me neither, Josh. Me neither. It's a problem.
So that's a 47-cent increase from the week before, according to a weekly egg report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
Dude, it's going up.
So that's still cheaper than California, where eggs are $8.97 a dozen.
mean,
what is going on in California?
We're well aware how bad California is. Like, we don't even want to talk about everything's expensive in California.
So New Jersey specific numbers are not totally available from the USDA. An informal survey of grocery stores around the state by New Jersey Advanced Media on Wednesday morning found the prices varied by store, but were fairly similar within same store chains. On average, a dozen eggs cost about $5.10. To keep things consistent, they continued this little study. And they saw that prices ranged from $6.99 at 9 different Stop and Shops to $7.48 at one North Jersey ShopRite. So it's kind of interesting.
That's
Aldi,
an expensive ShopRite.
Aldi had the cheapest per dozen price at $3.85. Come on, Aldi.
Aldi's the truth, man.
We love Aldi. At Costco, 2 dozen eggs were $8.06. 2 dozen is the smallest pack the warehouse store sells. Sam's Club had the 18-egg carton for $5.92. So really, we're talking eggs today. The price of eggs is going up.
So Josh, what I'm curious about is like what's going on with the bird flu? Like why? And this is why they're soaring. You got this bird flu going around, but like what? Do you know anything about it?
Oh, they're saying in Georgia there were 2 bird flu cases that have been found. So bird flu is concerning. There's 5 outbreaks across 5 different states. And they've resulted in the loss of about 5.6 million chickens, RIP.
So sad.
In the final weeks of 2024 and in the start of 2025. So we're losing eggs, man. That's 17 million egg-laying chickens that have been lost.
So that's why the prices are just skyrocketing right now.
Yeah, that's since October 2024. 17 million eggs. 17 million egg-laying chickens have been lost.
Wow.
So this is... Quite literally, this is a pandemic of the birds.
I haven't even have you been looking into the bird flu? I have not been. I just been buying eggs, to be honest with you. Is there a cure? How are we going to get rid of the bird flu?
It's a good question. I think the solution is we all get our own chickens.
I just saw an article, 100,000 ducks to be killed after bird flu strikes Long Island farm.
Wow.
They're just going to wipe out 100,000 ducks because they're infected.
We should start masking the chickens.
If we mask the chickens, we might actually be able to save them all.
Yeah, just keep them 6 feet apart from each other.
Wait, but Josh, do you think this is actually concerning, or this is the type of thing that's 6 months from now will be good? You think there'll be the plague right now, wipe out a ton of chickens, and then we're back? Or is this going to be a long-term problem?
No, I think we'll figure it out. I think we all need to get chickens again.
I mean, you could just go to what's that Tractor Supply Co. Right? You could just buy some chicks there.
Yeah, you just got to get.
You
a
just
little
have to
coop.
check what your town allows for like.
Well,
how
the
many chickens.
state doesn't allow it in many areas for this reason because I think it's because birds carry diseases. My brother has 15 chickens and they get tons of eggs all the time.
Do you every time you visit, do you go like pick up a carton? Like, does he just give you eggs? You have to put an order in.
That's sore topic. No, I don't get free eggs. He eats a lot of eggs.
Like, do you ever ask, "Hey, bro, can I get like an egg or two?"
I've never thought to.
Or does he just like you wait for him to offer them to you?
Well, I should probably ask if I could buy some from him. So it's a little business he's got going there. But I don't know if they're getting enough that it's like, hey, we have 40 eggs we got to get rid of.
I feel like 15 chickens, you got a lot of eggs incoming, right? But also, I don't know winter time if they lay as much as summertime.
That's the thing. In the summertime, I think it's like an egg a day.
They got to be warm.
So in the summertime, they're getting like 15 eggs a day, or maybe it's like 10 to 15 eggs a day. In the winter, maybe they get 1 or 2 eggs a day.
Yeah.
I think it drops down.
My mom just texted the family chat the other day saying that she was going to get chickens this spring.
Can you get them where you guys live?
Yeah, she said their town allows a max of 8, I believe.
Oh, your dad should make a little coop?
Exactly, bro. Then there's my egg supply.
Yeah, it is nice because the eggs, they look beautiful. The yolk is like...
It's a different color. It's like a darker orange, right?
They're like dark orange.
Yeah.
It makes you go, what's wrong with the eggs from the supermarket?
It's kind of scary. It's like, what kind of eggs am I putting in my body right now?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So yeah, there's a virus going around. The chickens are dying. They're killing the chickens.
Were you being serious about the mask comment earlier?
I don't want to comment.
Okay. Just, I was going to text some friends who have chickens.
I think it'd be cute to have a little tiny mask on the chickens.
You have to make one of those in ChatGPT or whatever, like with the AI. You put a photo of a chicken with a mask? Would it actually create that for you?
Yeah, let's try it right now. Can you make an image of a chicken an N95 mask? Let's see what we got here.
That'd be so funny for like the thumbnail of this video.
The pandemic of the chickens.
Oh my gosh.
Just start masking all the chickens.
Dude, I can't believe Long Island's wiping out 100,000 ducks.
Here is the image. That's pretty funny.
Can you put it on its mouth? It's on its chest.
Over its mouth.
It looks like a shield.
Okay, let's see. It's making another one.
These photos are incredible.
Man, I'm so happy and so sad I'm alive in a time with AI.
It's wild. It's so much fun.
It's cool and terrifying at the same time. It did the same thing again.
That is hilarious.
It's pretty funny. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with the eggs. Have you guys noticed that your eggs are more expensive? I have.
Yeah, I have. I eat eggs every single day.
Let's move on to a story for the coaster heads. Six Flags Great Adventure is launching a new roller coaster based on the incredible Flash. Josh Chomick.
Do you think all the King Ka lovers are going to be happy with this? You think it's going to make up for getting rid of King Ka, or or everyone's going to be upset about it?
Wasn't there already a Flash roller coaster?
I thought there was too, wasn't there? Or is that somewhere else? Or I feel like I feel like there was. I thought I was tripping out.
No, like 2 years ago we talked about the rumblings of this happening.
Or maybe they were just talking about it. Let me see. The Flash Six Flags Great Adventure.
So the article, while you look that up, it says, we may be dealing with bitter cold now, but news from Six Flags Great Adventure can have us hoping that warmer weather will be here in a flash. Ooh. The amusement park in Jackson Township, New Jersey on Wednesday pulled the wraps off its newest thrill ride, a groundbreaking super boomerang coaster. And it's going to debut this spring. So the park said the Flash vertical velocity, inspired by the DC Comics character, will launch riders forward and backward at 60 miles per hour, sending them soaring 172 feet and twisting through a heart-pounding zero-G roll.
Gotta love a good zero-G.
Yeah, we're going zero-G. So Great Adventure said the new coaster, designed by Vekoma Rides in the Netherlands, is the first of its kind in North America and only the second in the world. The other Super Boomerang coaster is operating at Fanta Wild Wonderland in Zhuzhou, China.
Wow. Great
Adventure will open its amusement park and Wild Safari Animal Park on March 29th. Josh, what happened to Six Flags Safari Campout Airbnb idea?
Didn't they start that this year?
They were going to do a resort in the wild.
Maybe didn't they start it? I haven't been to Six Flags. I can't tell you. I think maybe they started
Six
already.
Flags Safari Resort. Wasn't it a resort?
Something like that.
Wild Safari Overnight Escape. Let's see.
Yeah, can you like buy tickets online?
I'm going to look into it right now. So, Josh, what do you think about all this?
Okay, it's really cool because as a boomerang roller coaster, Josh, it like goes up and then backwards and then goes back again to the same direction and launches you. It's kind of crazy. I went through there's a video online where it kind of puts you in the front seat, the POV of the ride. And it's no King the Ka. If you're like looking for another King the Ka replacement, you're not going to get King the Ka. But it still looks like a pretty cool roller coaster. Like if you're a coaster head and you love the thrill of going to Six Flags Great Adventure for a roller coaster, you're going to be happy with this, I think. Like check out the video. It's an article I sent you.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now.
Take a quick little ride with me, Sobes.
Let me just scroll here for a second.
Yeah, that's it.
Here we
that's
go.
it. Yeah,
oh, wow. They give you a real POV.
Yeah, this looks like that roller coaster game. Not Roller Coaster Tycoon. It was like the other 3D one we used to play.
I know what you're talking about. Why is the video not playing, though? There we go.
There you go. Check it out. Ready? It's like you're in the actual driver's seat.
What was the other roller coaster game called we used to play?
So
Or
look,
it's just-
look at it. Ready? Goes up and back. Wait for it. Back. And now
Interesting.
goes again. It's like a boomerang. But now look at it. Yo.
Wow.
Guys, you have to look up this video. It actually is a pretty cool roller coaster. It puts you in like the front row seat and it shows you what it's like. It looks like it's longer than King the Ka too, so it's more of a ride experience.
Very cool.
Little spin right here.
You think the kids are excited for this one? You think Jack's going to drive down to Six Flags
I
with
think
his
Jack
buddies?
and all his boys are going to be there. Oh, look, then it comes backwards.
I think he's strong enough to ride this ride. Just going to say that.
There's always something happening at Six Flags Great Adventure. They're always taking down rides. They're always bringing new rides in. It's pretty cool. Will I check it out? I have no idea. Maybe.
Okay.
But if I go, I'll check it out.
Okay, cool. Last article. This one's great. Not great, but it's just so interesting. In Newark, New Jersey, police are on the hunt for a woman that stole a dog out of someone's yard.
She just grabbed the dog and walked away.
This is crazy.
I don't know why.
Police in Newark are searching for the suspect who stole a dog from the front yard of a home over the weekend. The dog was stolen from a home on the 100 block of Norfolk Street around 3:30 p.m. Saturday. Authorities said the suspect they were looking for is 44-year-old Hamifa Richardson, and they said they have a warrant for her arrest. The pup's owner, Sylvia Thomas, said she let her Shih Tzu poodle mix named Riley St. Wappy.
Wappy? Wappy?
Yeah, Riley St. Wappy.
Wappy.
Out to roam in the front yard. When the dog didn't return, surveillance video captured the suspect taking the dog and walking south on Norfolk Street. Thomas said she posted a photo of the alleged thief who was spotted on a bus and contacted her. Thomas said she has since talked to and texted with the woman several times and the person who took Wappy.
So she talked to the woman?
Yeah.
Is the woman holding the dog hostage?
Yeah, it turned into dog kidnapping drama, it says. It says, my dog has been a hostage since Saturday, in my opinion, but I've tried my best to reason with the individual. It doesn't matter what I think. What matters is what she thinks, Thomas said. So this lady kidnapped this lady's dog and they're texting.
Did she say anything else?
Said the whole time I was hoping to get someone a reward for the dog. I offered $200. So she's trying to give out a reward. Meanwhile, Wappy's owner said she got the dog on Halloween and she and her husband and the son are distraught and anxious for the dog's return. So she said, taking a missing dog is not a theft. It's the decision to keep it that is theft. So I'm trying to explain that to her as best I can do. I don't want to have any animosity towards you for picking up the dog. I just want the dog back. That's it. So Richardson is wanted on charges of burglary, theft, and harassment. She was last seen wearing a black coat, black pants, and a black hat. How is this lady still at large?
Why is she just grabbing dogs and taking them with her? Like, I don't understand. Like, now how they're texting. Like, what's her end game here?
Why don't the
Let
police
me just keep the dog?
Hold on. Pause for a second. Why don't the police just drive to this lady's house and knock and say, we need the dog? We need Wappy. We need Wappy back.
I don't understand. That's like but that's the thing. They're asking the public if they have any information on this woman. Like they obviously know where she lives if they know who she is.
Josh, I need you in the video to throw up a photo of Riley St. Wappy.
Yes, Wappy.
We're not going to rest until Wappy's back.
We need Wappy back.
I hope we're saying that right.
Whippy? Wappy? How's it spelled?
Whapee.
W-H-A?
Wappy?
Wappy.
Riley St. Wappy.
Wappy.
I don't know.
But that's, dude, if someone took my dog, I'd be so mad.
Yeah.
Like, that's not right. Like, you can't just get away with taking someone's dog. Like, get your own dog.
Oh, I would find out where they live, which can't be. I guarantee. See, here's the crazy part about this.
And they know who she is, and they're texting.
Here's the really messed up part. I could tell you right now where this lady lives. If you just Google her name, NJ Records, I'll tell you right now where her address is. Does it come up?
There's that. No, it's not going to show up for you.
Of course. If you do that with anybody's name, their address comes up. It's kind of creepy.
Is my address there?
I guarantee you I can find your address right now.
No, doubt it.
Oh, yeah, here it is. I have your cell phone number.
That's my old address.
Is that your current cell phone number?
That's not my cell phone number. That's never been my cell phone number.
Is this your email?
No, that's not my email. Josh, you are wrong.
Hold
it's
on.
not that hard. It's not that easy, huh?
Well, I found your old address.
Yes, but my phone number's way off.
Found your relatives.
Oh, nice. My grandfather's on there.
Okay, hold on. Let me try this other website.
Old address.
Associated addresses.
You can't find where I live, boy.
Wow.
Good luck.
Wow.
Okay, you do it for yourself. Can you find you?
Well, it's not going to have my current address.
See? Both our old addresses are on there. Great. Now everyone's going to start searching our names, Josh.
Yeah, none of this is even related to me. It's not even worth looking up.
Is that your phone number?
No.
Where are these numbers coming from, dude? All these phone numbers are off. See, Josh? Okay, so you couldn't find her location.
No, I can't. I was going to find
Unbelievable.
Wappy.
I really
Wappy.
wanted to find Wappy.
Yeah.
I wanted us to solve the case. So she could be on the run.
We
She could be
cracked
out
the code.
What if she left the state by now? She
I
could
don't
be
know.
out. She could be out of here.
Yeah.
It's a weird story. Hopefully they find the dog. I'm very curious to follow up on this story.
Me too, Josh Tromick.
I am so excited
But
for
with-
that owner to get Wappy back.
But with that is our last story of this episode.
It's time, it's the time every week where we have to shut the satchel, the mail satchel, the news satchel,
We have to close things down, board up the
and
shop.
go back to real life for a little bit.
But I just want to say thank you to everybody for listening. We so appreciate our listeners,
Yes.
especially Jack. And we just wanted to say thank you for listening. And we'll be back, as always, next Friday with more news. In the meantime, Josh, any notes for the listeners? Anything you could encourage them to do in New Jersey this week?
Number one, call into the mailbag. Tell us what's going on. We love when you guys call in. Number two, what's going on this week in Jersey, Josh? Hopefully the Arctic blast goes away and we can get back to like more normal temperatures, maybe like 30s, 40s.
Okay.
That'd be cool. No snowstorms, unfortunately. I think it's going to rain in the coming weeks or so.
Okay.
But I can't believe it's almost end of January, bro.
Crazy.
1 month through 2025. We just did that
Flies.
like that.
Time flies.
It's terrifying.
Like that.
Yeah.
Before we know it, we'll be dead. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next Friday with all the news you need to hear. We love y'all. Have a great week. Later. Bye.
You're listening to the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.